Everything is connected by water. Sea to cloud. Cloud to rain. Rain to river. River to sea. When you touch water in one place, you're touching it everywhere. The Pebble Limited Partnership have been trying to construct a copper mine in the headwaters of Bristol Bay's salmon country for decades, and an ominous threat descended once again onto Bristol Bay's future, and also onto mine.
How they can be hatched in these river systems, find their way out to sea, spend 2 or 3 years in the ocean, and come back to the exact same place that they were born. It's absolutely amazing to me how they can do that.
You can't not think about them somewhat mythically.
I think it's valuable to protect all of our wild places. We're running out of them.
If you want to see magic, come to Bristol Bay, Alaska, and you'll see magic.
Do we love salmon? I don't even know if love's a strong enough word. It is who we are. It is who our people have been and who our people will continue to be.
And the statute says if we get a permit, EPA at that point can decide whether it wishes to veto this project. I don't think it will if we get a permit.
Some things are not for sale.
Unless we change our attitude towards wilderness, we're going to go down with the other species. We lose wild salmon, we're going to lose ourselves too. It's all there in nature, as far as I'm concerned.
We have messed up every other natural run in the world, except this one. And this being the last there is makes me want to pay attention more than I ever have.
And we're going to do it up here, and they ought to get ready for it.
There are moments I don't know if this mine can be stopped, or if I can keep going. And that usually means I'm thinking about one thing: myself. One of the first things I discovered in recovery is that this disease is fed by isolation. I isolate, I drink, I die. But there is an antidote: community. So I cast a net into a deeper pool of people I admire greatly, to see if their collective wisdom could restoke the embers inside me to keep fighting. Adrien Grenier is best known for his entourage on TV. Strangely enough, his real-life drive to eradicate plastic straws from the world's oceans was fueled by reaching out beyond himself as well.
I think it's important to find something you can focus on, something that is achievable, something that you can touch and taste and see as becoming a reality. Make one friend to do this work with, because you'll hold each other accountable, you can synthesize ideas, and you can also share in the successes and have fun. Don't do it alone. You don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders.
I'm quickly discovering how much I can learn about saving these things I love from a support community who toil to save the things they love with all their hearts, no matter what that thing may be. Zaria Foreman is an artist who's ventured to the world's remotest places documenting disappearing ice flows. It's heart-wrenching and beautiful at the same time. Somehow, she captures the breadth of the global climate crisis in the confines of her canvas. All the while,
it's very important for me to focus on the positive, and that's why I depict the beauty as opposed to the devastation. So when I make my drawings, I'm trying to create these huge images just overflowing with detail that draw people in and inspire them. Instead of, when you're bombarded with terrifying news, there's all kinds of terrifying news that you can find out there about climate change. But that to me is just paralyzing because it's such a massive issue, and it's like, where do I even begin? I don't even know. And so focusing on the positive, I think, is empowering. That's what I'm trying to do with my work, to celebrate these landscapes that are still here and to inspire people to want to do something to help protect them.
I've spoken with a lot of pro-development Alaskans and fishermen who make their livelihood in the lower 48, a lot of people down in Seattle. They don't really feel that the mine is worth the risk in Bristol Bay. What do you say to these folks?
One thing I say is that I don't think they know the facts. If we talk about the project we're proposing and talk about the safeguards we have, and talk about, if there is some kind of cataclysmic accident, what does that really mean? What happens then? If we talk about those things, I don't think there's any way that there's a real risk to the salmon in Bristol Bay. But the second thing is, it's pretty damn easy to sit in Seattle, Washington, and not want there to be economic development in rural Alaska, all right? And, too bad, guys. We get a chance to develop our natural resources the same way Seattle got to back in the day, right? And we're gonna do it up here. They ought to get ready for it.
There's over $500 billion of copper and gold in the Pebble deposit. So the forces at work to dig a mine here are motivated and strong. And I confess the challenge to protect this fishery looks insurmountable at times. Thank God the love for it is just as strong.
How they can be hatched in these river systems, find their way out to sea, spend 2 or 3 years in the ocean, and come back to the exact same place that they were born. It's absolutely amazing to me how they can do that.
Pumping protein back into the environment, bears, the whales, anything that can eat them, including us.
So you can't not think about them somewhat mythically.
Any migration that you can ever witness of nature, it's a phenomenon. If you want to see magic, come to Bristol Bay, Alaska, and you'll see magic. It's still here on Earth.
Do we love salmon? I don't even know if love's a strong enough word. It is who we are. It is who our people have been and who our people will continue to be.
It's hard to articulate in words, but it's kind of a feeling. It's raw, and it's something that the Earth is doing without any of our control. Something that we just get to experience but don't get to dictate or orchestrate at all.
That's how blessed we are here, and that's what we're fighting so hard to protect.
Wild salmon find a way if we let them.